Good morning. So I'm here at the Ministry of Correctional Services for Ottawa Carleton, meeting with Jane. We're going to be visiting Roger, and if I'm not permitted to bring my camera in, then I will visit with Roger also. But if I am allowed to bring in my camera, I'm going to visit Malcolm Miller and ask him. We have printouts of the actual graffiti and such. We want to know what he meant by the graffiti. We also, for our own opinion, we want to know if he's of sound mind, if the damages he incurred at Lawrence Greenspun's office were for a reason. Was it for his reason, or was it as Greenspun says, because he's representing Roger Clement? Okay, so I'm turned around now, facing the other way, because I've been told that if I film the building, I'll get in trouble. But I also informed them that it's a policy that they have, and it's not the law, so they have no jurisdiction with which to uphold such a policy. I came here today to enter in to visit with Roger Clement with Jane. However, Jane went in to see Roger alone. Because I did not go in with Jane, I was permitted to have a visit, so I was going to go and visit Malcolm Miller. I wanted to ask him about the graffiti that he's done and such, and I was honest with the staff to that extent. They asked me what my relation was, and I said I was a friend. I don't necessarily agree with spray painting these things. I just wanted to bring in these papers, just print offs of the article. Jane was able to bring in this paperwork with her to see Roger. The officer who let me in expressly said that I was not allowed to bring in these papers, and I turned around and looked at Jane and said, but she brought in the papers, and he said no papers, no hats, no nothing, no anything. So I had to put everything in the locker, which was fine. I was told to go around to number 7. I went to number 7 and sat down, waited for Malcolm Miller to come. Malcolm Miller showed up. I saw him for a moment. The phone did not work. He did not recognize me, so he walked past. I'm talking to my camera. Sorry. He did not recognize me, so he walked past, and then all of a sudden the phones wouldn't, he did not recognize me, and he walked past, and he wanted to go down to phone number 1, and so I walked down there with him, and then, because I'm not familiar with the visitation process here, we went back to number 7, and the phone still did not work. Then I looked down at the end of the hall, and he told me to come out. So I came out, and the gentleman in the entrance in the lobby told me to go back and sit down and wait. So I went back in, and then they messaged me from the front desk, and they asked, what is my relation to this man? And I said, I'm a friend. And they said, what do you want to ask him about? Do you work for CBC? They asked me. Why do I have credentials for CBC? And I said, I don't have credentials for CBC. I have a credenza here with a brochure for CBC in there. So they were very vigilant in watching me and thinking that I was working for CBC. I would not deny that I work for CBC if I work for CBC. I do not work for Grasshopper Media because Grasshopper Media is not real. I am for myself. He asked me if I will be reporting on this, and I said, well, every human being reports on everything that they actually see and do and all that sort of stuff. He says, well, I'd be writing an article, and I said, everything that goes on in my day, I can keep a diary of anything that it is that I want. So, I was told, I was denied then at that moment to go and see Malcolm Miller. They were messaging to Malcolm on the other side, asking him how he knew me, whether he knew me. I think he did say that he did know me. I have never met the man before. I think I might have seen him on the streets before, but I've never talked to him straight up. So I was told, and it makes sense, that they want to protect him and his case, so they're protecting him. And I do commend them for trying to protect this individual, because he deserves we're all equal and we all deserve protection, especially from public authorities. He is going to be given this piece of paper here to fill out, so that he's voluntarily consenting to participate in a media interview. He will have to sign, I understand that this may result in my face, voice, and comments being published or broadcast on radio or TV or other media, and I am prepared to accept the consequences of this. I am aware that this material may be edited, altered, modified, and used in any way without my further permission. I release Her Majesty the Queen in right of Ontario as represented by the Minister of Public Safety and Security and any other servants or agents from any liability or claims which I, my heirs, executors, administrators, successors, or assigns might otherwise have arising out of my participation in the media activity. I was assured by Scott Mason that he will be given this paperwork today, and for some reason, today being Monday, the stat holiday, tomorrow I would not be able to come back. They said I'd need to come back on Wednesday to interview him. So I'll send off this email and see what happens. He was obviously eager to meet with me. A newsflash for everybody: if you write on your Facebook wall, you are considered a reporter. I was denied as a friend to see Malcolm Miller. I do not work for any media corporation, so it makes no sense that I would not be allowed in to see him. I've been told now that I have to wait for 2 days before he will sign a consent form for media coverage. I requested that they ask him to sign that piece of paper right there on the spot, and they denied me that.